Good afternoon to all of you. Namaste. After this bombarding of many case laws by Avinash sir, so we all have got many food for thoughts for today, and definitely after going to home we will be exploring all these case laws and we'll see where and how the impact will be. So moving forward, let's know something about technology, because technology is also one of the core important part of this entire GST. And for this today we have Shri Seetharam Nayak. So I'll invite him, sir. Please come on the dais. Or from ACAE side, our secretary, General Secretary, C.S. Ivani Sahaji will be with us on the dais. Now, I'll request CA Arun Agarwal ji to please come on the dais and welcome Shri Seetharam Nayak with Uttariya and memento. So let me introduce Mr. Seetharam Nayak, CEO, Fact Solution India Private Limited. Shri Seetharam Nayak is a seasoned finance and business development professional at Fact Software Group, a leading provider of ERP and GST e-invoicing solutions. He is BE in Electrical and Electronics Engineering and Marketing, PGDM in Marketing Management. He has played a vital role in steering Fact's growth across India and Southeast Asia with a strategic focus on compliance, operational efficiency, and customer engagement. So, the topic for this session is role of IT in GST. So, I'll request Seetharam Nayak ji to please come on the dais and take his deliberation. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, all. It's a challenging task to be the speaker in the afternoon usually, but especially when you have had such stalwarts in the GST field having preceded you and having given their thoughts and insights into it. We have heard from the best in industry on how the new laws and regulations are changing the way GST is. Though it's just an 8-year system, we have seen enough of complications in this which are starting from the entry all the way up to the business, finance, the annual budget being finalized. So what we are trying to go ahead, as part of Fact, what I'm trying to go ahead and highlight today to you, while I have a time slot of another 40 more minutes, I'll try and cut it down quickly, is to showcase that how can these mistakes be avoided? How can these changes or how can these queries be addressed if we have technology in place which will go ahead and avoid any system errors or manual errors which will be part of the GST entries. So to go ahead and give you insight, I'll give you a basis, the software that I am currently heading, and showcase to you as to how we have structured this to avoid any errors and make it foolproof. Whether it be the CAs are the ones who will go ahead and definitely audit it, but to the entry person who is going ahead and making the purchase entry or is creating any journal vouchers, how does it basically avoid any such issues right from the way go? So I'll take the help of my subject matter expert. I'm not a CA myself, so I will take the help from him. So, Tata. So one problem which we mostly face is that if your HSN code and your SAC code is not in sync, then the GST credit that is being taken in your classification will end up attracting penalties for you. So how does our software go ahead and work on this? And how does any software basically in today's world address this query? So we do not have any product-wise GSTIN that is being given. To us, the entire file goes in form of a master file. So the master file will go ahead and have everything entered at the beginning of your implementation, which avoids any issues during the entry which is being made from your invoice level. So any person who is at the entry level will not be able to go ahead and tamper with this because the master level is being fixed. It cannot be touched at all during your normal day-to-day operations. So to give you a just 1 second, please. So to just give you a demo of this, when you select any product, you do not have to worry about the GSTR rates. You do not have to worry about the HSN codes. You only have to have every detail given right at the beginning in your product master. Once this has been done, the initial step of your SAC or HSN code causing a mismatch which may reject in your ITC is avoided thoroughly. Select in. Moving on to the next one, very silly mistakes. Your billing and shipping addresses are different. While it is very simple to say that bill to ship to, the person who has gone ahead and made the detail, if he has not done the right entry with respect to the addresses over there, the tax jurisdiction completely is varying to you. So you will end up having a CGST, IGST query, which will end up causing more issues to you during your reconciliation or trouble the CAs that you all are. But if the entry is done right, wherein you do not have any issue with respect to the selection of IGST and CGST, then this issue can be totally resolved. Just take one.
Yeah.
Your customer may have had several other addresses, but it doesn't matter which. You will know all the details. So it is linked to your customer code as well as to your address. So the chances of any error during your entry is almost nil.
Basically, in this, what happens? Okay, when you select the address, right? You see automatically if it's out of the area where you are doing your business. Maybe your branch is in Kolkata, and your customers belong to other states. Automatically, the system is going to take IGST. And if I change this address to, say, Kolkata, and click on OK. Wait, this
It
is
will
not
take
valid
CGST.
address, yes. So I will take another customer where the address is from West Bengal and see. And if I click on enter,
Choose another.
create is okay. Is there certain logs? So I will select another customer. See, automatically below you can see these are all CGST and SGST. So at the operators level, they cannot select, say if it's a West Bengal to West Bengal, automatically the system is going to give you CGST, SGST. And if it's outside your branch state, it will automatically take IGST.
Same. So next one is with respect to the manually computing your GST values, which can invite any miscalculation or any rounding errors. So this aspect as well in a similar format, because all details are from the master file. So no rounding errors will be allowed, which will then not cause you any reconciliation. So it will be accurate till your second decimal point. So you don't have any query that could arise out of it.
So here you can see that. Here you can see that the GST amount which is coming, this is coming automatically, and you cannot override this amount. So an operator, if he wants to change this amount also, is not allowed to do so.
The next question, next problem usually which we see is even a small GSTIN typo can go ahead and create a havoc for you. So the GSTIN gets automatically populated in the system, so you do not have any mistakes of this form.
So here you can see that if I am having a wrong GST, the system will not allow to enter that because it does the valuation online and gives only the correct GST numbers. And it checks the name and everything from the GST portal and gives you that only corrected entries will proceed further.
Allowing your users to assign the GST codes or rates on the transaction level, this also has the inconsistency, and the way we address this is that the master level is being enforced and you do not have any single change that is allowed for you at the organization-wide level. So there is a consistency in the entire process.
So here you can see that 18% which has come automatically from the product master which I have mapped, this cannot be changed by the operator or whoever is doing this entry. He cannot change this. This will come automatically from the product master itself.
The businesses spend hours reviewing the transaction data before the JSON files can be uploaded on the GST portal. So with the software, you can go ahead and have the users drill down into the transaction for instant verification. You do not have to go through the entire system and the JSON files. So built-in reconciliation tools will allow you to do the account receivable and the general ledger so that you can eliminate the back and forth process of the entire reconciliation that you would have. So the upload time would be much, much lesser than your normal processes.
Here you can see that this is GSTR1. So if I want to drill down, I can directly drill down from here and I can go into the transactions. Now if this, I have a doubt in this, I can directly go into the invoice from here itself. And I can check whether the entry has been done properly or not, whether the correct customer and everything. And if I am sure about it, I can just escape it and I am out of this and I'm into this GSTR1. Now if I want to do a reconciliation with my AR documents, I just click on this and it will do the reconciliation with all my AR documents. And it will give you all the record numbers and everything. From here also you can directly drill down, say this was the one which I had previously drilled down. Now if I go inside this, it will again take me to that document. So in this way, instead of coming out of GSTR1 and doing a reconciliation with my sales ledger or sales data dump, I can directly do it from here. Even we are giving you the facility to do the GL-wise reconciliation also, which you can do easily from here.
Take this, just explain this one. Some systems would require you to create the separate customer entries for each GSTIN. And this duplicated data will again result in your reconciliation. So this again is avoided with our system.
So basically when you are creating a customer, if we are having branches in 5 or 6 locations, many of the systems, you have to create different customers for that. But in our system, what we do is for one single customer, you have to create one customer code only. And within that, if you are having multiple addresses, you can assign multiple addresses with defined GSTN numbers. So if I show you this, for this customer, I am having one branch in Mumbai. So this is the Mumbai address, and along with that, the GST thing. And if I'm having another branch at Kolkata, so all those records I can simultaneously do for one customer code only. I don't have to create multiple customer codes for same customer. Basically, in what happens, if I have entering a wrong GSTN of the vendor, I will not be able to take any ITC credit. In our system, what happens, when you are making that entry, so at the master level only, I am validating the vendor. So at that point of time, when I am entering a purchase transactions, there will be no chance of having a wrong GST number of the vendor. So I can easily take the ITC credit for that. Similarly, incomplete information, when I'm making the GST at 2B reconciliation, what happens? I have got, so if I take you to that reconciliation, what happens? If I go into the GST reconciliation, there are certain informations which are not there, like the vendor name, vendor address, and all those informations, which will not get when you download GST at 2B. But when you do the same in our system, we have an option where you can go and so in our system, if you go to do a reconciliation, say if I'm selecting generating GST at 2, and from there, if I want to do a reconciliation with GST at 2B, so I have, say if I'm taking this GST, basically what happens when I'm doing a reconciliation, I can take only 1 month, but in fact, we have allowed multiple. So here you can say that if I have the internet connectivity, it does the official checking of the vendor name, vendor address, and everything it fetches from there and gives you, so that when you have to make the purchase entries, it's very easy for the operator to do that.
Errors. The next is the errors in e-invoice data that can lead to upload failures and even GSTN blocking your NIC. So this again
For this, I need to have the internet connectivity. Yes. So here what happens, before you're doing an upload, the system will give you the checklist where which are the points which have failed. So before doing any upload in the invoice portal, the system will check whatever points are the checkpoints are there for a successful upload. So if you once you do the successfully, you complete all this, that means you pass all the 82 checklist points, then only system will allow to enter this or rather upload this document. Till that time, it will only show you fail and this button will not be activated. Basically, you all know that there are input service distributors, right? Who cannot directly do any sales, but they can distribute their credits. So that accounting is it's very difficult to do. So in our system, we have made that very easy, where you can easily do this. So let me. This is the GST 6 return which you have to file. So if I open any of them, so these are the informations which will fetch, and the calculations and everything will be taken care by the system automatically. And you can directly upload this GST 6. So if I just go back and show this, okay, July. So I can directly upload the JSON file or download the Excel sheet. So let me download the Excel file and show it to you. This is what I am filing. So this will come automatically from the system. That basis of my turnover, the proportionate calculation will be done automatically by the system, and it will generate the GST 6 by the click of a mouse.
So these are the few things which we wanted to highlight to you, and hopefully this will give you an insight as to how softwares will go ahead and help at least the basic mistakes which would happen at the entry level. And with that, I would like to thank you all. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of ACAE, we'd like to extend a very warm thank you for your deliberations today. You mentioned that your system will make GST foolproof, but honestly, with the way the law is moving and the dynamism that it has, it surely will help mitigate a lot of risks. So can I please have the House join your hands to extend a round of applause for our speaker today? Thank you so much for gracing the platform. And we'd like to announce that this session will be now followed by a panel discussion, which will be extremely interesting. So stay tuned. Thank you so much.